This video is for Suzuki Book 3 Minuet, which is piece number 2. And you have been listening to it, and we've discussed some things, or this is a little bit of a preview, a look ahead. So there are two things that we want to look at in this video. One, you will hear and notice that there are decorations, something that did not happen in the book 1 version. The other thing you will notice is that there is an addition, there is an addendum. At the end of the first minuet, you will hear a second minuet known as Minuet 2. And also, in this minuet, you will have some shifting, which we will have already covered in scales, a little bit of a preview, because of course, in this book, there is quite a bit of shifting and something that we will be doing more and more of in orchestral music. And if you are in your junior phil or PYSO, in a YSO, Youth Symphony Orchestra or something like that, the music will require of it. So we want to be comfortable doing it and not be in a rush. So we want to be able to do it in our pieces now, so that when it comes time to do it in those type of pieces and that type of literature or in chamber music, you will be more comfortable doing so. It's something that you'll be able to work in. Yeah? Okay, so first let's look at our book, our decorations. We will look at our decorations. And the first one that you'll listen to, something that is very clear, is that the decorations are not really, as you become more accustomed to it, they're not really crazy decorations. They're going to be a single flick. So for example, well, we already did we already did some decorations in book 1. Let me see. Is it in this one, right? We did where we set up our beat and then we quickly lifted it. That was a decoration, and we discussed that then. Now what we're going to do is set it up from a second finger or another finger, and it's going to be, so we're going to go back to a note and come back to it. Just that simple. So this would be if, of course, still your parent is working with you. This is measure 3, and we have our balanced fourth finger. And we want that decoration to happen very quickly, so we don't displace our beat, right? We don't go from having 3 beats to suddenly having 4. So we want to practice, and the more comfortable you get, the faster it goes. Our finger needs to be relaxed. Now slowly that's all it is. But we have to have our hand really relaxed. Make sure that your elbow is balanced toward the A string so that your fingers are right above the A string. And there it is. That's all. Oh, sorry. I got a little excited with that slur. That's all that is going to be. Our next one is similar. It's on a quarter note, so 2 measures later. One, 2, 3. And we're feeling our pulse of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, our next one, well, that decoration that we spoke of before is in measure 8, and it's still there. We've got a B to an A. So we've just expanded our decorations here. What's wonderful is that when they are presenting these decorations, for moms and dads and anybody who is practicing with their young musician. They're written right below. So right there, those are the 3 that will happen again in the next line, but I've already explained them and they're already written, so you just refer to that same one in the earlier portion, and ta-da, that's all that there is. So those are the only new things that happen. Now in the next section, in part 2 of that, we have only one new decoration, and it's very much toward the end, last 3 measures. So this is measure 30. And we have a quarter notes, right? We just did our scale. Here's our decoration. And we can kind of lengthen it, because if it happens too quickly, you may not hear it, right? Right? So we can hear it. So we want to make sure it takes up the whole beat, and then everybody hears it. And that's how it fits in there. I'll do that a little bit from the scale. There you go. And again, that one is indicated right below. That's only one note that is flicked, if you'd like, right next to it, really super relaxed. If you have any questions, we can discuss them at your lesson, but it's really very simple, just one little. Of course, the more listening you do, you'll be able to remember which ones are which, but we want to be able to practice them in and not just say, okay, yeah, it's sort of kind of there. They're very, very specific. We need to practice them in. So we will spend time reviewing this minuet, even though, of course, you know it, in order to place these decorations in there. Wonderful.